Hey the fellow travelers, Mark here with Wolters World. Today we're here in New York City at Times Square, and today we're going to talk about are the most overrated sites and spots to visit in New York City. And I want to start here at Times Square. Because the thing is, Times Square, if you talk to any local, they'll tell you, please don't make me go there. You don't need to go there. Don't go there. It's a tourist trap. It's so touristy. It's packed all the time. Which is true. It is a tourist trap. It is super touristy. Well, it's not packed at like 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning when we're here, but it is one of those things that gets a little bit overdone. And people think that it needs to be the end-all be of their New York City vacation, and it's not. It actually is pretty overrated. But it is fun when you come here and you see the influencers doing their dances. You see people on the red stairs up here just watching everybody go by and seeing all the ads and all the craziness is here. So it is overrated, but it's still something you should see. And I think that's one thing you need to realize. All of these overrated sites here in New York are still worth a stop on your trip when you're here. But yes, I gotta start with number one. Overrated is Times Square, but it is still a fun place to go. Number two on the things that are overrated about New York, and this is one thing you might have learned from all the TV shows and the movies based here in New York, and it's that idea that New Yorkers are jerks. I want to tell you this, New Yorkers aren't jerks. They're just in a hurry and trying to get to work, and you're in their way when you're trying to take your picture. Look, I will tell you, I've traveled all over the world, and when it comes to big city people that will be helpful, will be friendly, and will be funny, New Yorkers take the cake. I mean, they're awesome. If you're not sure where to go, if you're not sure where the best pizza spot is, they will let you know. And that's why I get really upset when people say, oh, New Yorkers, they're such jerks. They're not, I don't like them there. They're not like in the Midwest or the South. No, here, they're in a hurry, but they will be helpful. So don't ever think they're jerks when you are here. They're just busy. And that's why it is totally a myth. It is totally overrated that, oh, New Yorkers aren't nice kind of stuff. They're all jerks. No, they're not. They're actually really cool. That's why you love the city. The people make it. Now, when you come to New York, one of the things people usually talk about is the food. And I do have a kind of an overrated thing here. I would say some of the famous food spots in New York City are a bit overrated. Like, I've been to Katz Deli a number of times, and they're fine. I've had better pastrami sandwiches at other delis and bodegas and stuff, and Magnolia Bakery with their banana pudding that everyone's like, oh my God, it's so good. I mean, honestly, it's like mid. If you're like going to the South, you're like, I'm just gonna go to the barbecue place down the place. They've got butter banana pudding, but there's these kind of famous places that it's not as tasty as it is famous. And I think that leads into another overrated thing. And I'm gonna say this, the actual thought of the flavor is gonna be as good as the look on all those TikTok videos. You know, you see the people doing the cheese pull for the bacon, egg, and cheese and the crazy food things you see on TikTok. Heck, I recommend go watch them, get inspired place to go, but don't think that they're gonna be as tasty as they look, because that's where it's overrated. It looks cool, but it's not super tasty. So do make sure when you watch those videos, you see how cool that food looks, read the reviews and see, is it actually worth it? Does it actually taste good? Or is it just look cool because the cheese pulled? Honestly, the bakery, the banana pudding, it's not worth that line. Very overrated. Now, another thing I think is a bit overrated is the Staten Island ferry. Now, not taking the ferry, it's free, it's fun, go and do it, it's fine. But you'll see a lot of people will say, oh, take the Staten Island ferry, and then you can see the Statue of Liberty. So you don't have to pay the $25 to take the ferry to Ellis Island or the Statue of Liberty. You're close enough that way. I think that's overrated. The Staten Island, you can see it, but you can also see the Statue of Liberty from Battery Park, right? You got better options. So, not saying it's not worth it, because, you know, there's Staten Island ferry, and it does go by the Statue of Liberty. However, you want to get the view around it, honestly, it is worth it to spend the money to actually, you know, take the tour, go to the statue. If you can get tickets to go up into the crown, they sell it early, but you can still get them, since you have a small group, or just you can do that. But it's not super close. It's a nice little view, and if you don't want to do the park stuff, you can, but it's a little overrated how people are like, oh, that's way better and stuff, or you don't have to worry about going and seeing Ellis Island or Statue of Liberty. No, doing that and seeing it is worth it. And this, little afraid, it's still a nice view, so I can't really complain about it. So just want to give the heads up. I mean, the Staten Island ferry doesn't quite get this close. Still a nice view, but you don't get quite this close. And also, visiting here, if you can get tickets up to there, well worth it. But even if you can't get tickets there, go over to Ellis Island for the visit. It's cool, but Staten Island ferry for the view, a little overrated. Just take the normal one, go see the stuff. Now, another thing I think is overrated is anything to do with TV when you're here. When I say that, I'm thinking like, you know, there's the Friends experience you can go to. And if you're a Friends fan, you'll love it. My buddy Mark, he went, he loved it because he's a Friends fan. But if you're not like a mega Friends fan, it's a bit overrated to do those things. But also, if you're going to go to like a TV taping or a show taping, realize that half-hour TV show or that hour-long TV program, it takes a few hours of production. So you're going to be spending most of your day dealing with that. So the idea that you're going to be in and out is a little overrated. It's going to be one of those things that do read the reviews, see if something you really want to do, because it can be fun. But for me, I think those TV things, a bit overrated when you do come here. Same thing with the tours showing the spots. It is cool to see, oh, that's where they were in Central Park for Elf, or that's where they were for Home Alone. But in general, yeah, they're a bit overrated. Speaking of overrated, how about the Imagine Mosaic? That's what it is. You're looking for the John Lennon Strawberry Fields Imagine Mosaic. That's it right there. Tons of tourists come to get their picture there. Not really overwhelming. Go explore the rest of Central Park. That's way better than this. So it is kind of an overrated site when you are here, but people like to see it. If you like John Lennon, go for it. But it is on my list for a reason, because that's it. Now, moving back to the food things, this is one that the locals will probably be mad at me about, but I think it's important to mention because we're all about honesty here, and that is Bodega sandwiches. They're not all fantastic. If you talk to locals, they'll tell you how important their bodega is. If you're not sure what a bodega is, it's like the mini market on the street corner. It's like your little local shop, your little general store that you get your snacks at, you get your toilet paper at. You don't have time to go to the big box store, to go to the grocery store. This is your go-to saving place. And what's cool is a lot of them actually have their own like little cooking station. They make sandwich, they make breakfast stuff for you, and it can be great. Going for a chopped cheese, well worth it. Going for a bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning with a roll, fantastic. But don't think every single food item there, every single sandwich is awesome. Like sometimes like, oh, it's just a pastrami sandwich, it's just a ham and cheese sandwich. It's not super special. No, sometimes it's not, because it's literally just a ham and cheese sandwich. And so the kind of the aura of the bodega and how it makes it amazing, just don't like to be a little overrated on some of those sandwiches. But not the bacon, egg, and cheese and chopped cheese. Definitely get those. Now, when you come to New York, you want to see the views, because this city's got such incredible views, whether you're looking at the high rises, you're looking at the historic buildings, you're walking around taking the architecture, the brownstones, so many great things, you know, and I think the views are important, but the views can be overrated in certain cases. One, walking the Brooklyn Bridge, it's cool, it's a long walk. So thinking that's going to be a good thing, I'll walk down and back and get the view, that's cool, but I think they maybe underrate how much your feet hurt after that walk, after all this walking. So it is a cool view, but why don't you just take the subway over for a few bucks and get the view and then walk back instead of going back and forth? So that's a little overrated. But I think another big overrated thing when it comes to the views is any observatory, after you go to one observatory, look, you've got really cool ones. Top of the Rock is really cool. Going up the Empire State Building, it's like historic kind of stuff. But honestly, once you go up one, you get the view, you're like, okay, then the next one, it definitely decreases in its coolness factor, and the overrated factor goes up and up and up. And you'll see that's why some of those observatories really do have a lot of gimmicks to get people to go there, okay? So do be aware. See which one you really want to go to, because those lines, you might be waiting 45 minutes to go up and only spend a few minutes there. Is it worth it? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, but honestly, out of the first one, those observatories get a bit overrated, all right? Also, when it gets cloudy, sometimes those observation decks aren't worth it at all. Just FYI. So, fellow travelers, I ask you, what are the sights that you've seen in New York City that you think are a bit overrated, or experiences that might be overrated? Let us know in the comments below so other travelers come to this fantastic city can learn a bit more and not waste their time on things that might be overrated. Though I will say everything I mentioned on here I said was overrated, I've done and would do again, but I just wanted you to know that sometimes overrated stuff can be fun. So have a good time. I wish you all the best. I'll say bye from here at Times Square, which yes, is overrated, but it's still worth going to at least once as a tourist.